Have you ever walked into a room, only to forget why you went there in the first place? Or maybe you've found yourself searching for a word, something simple, but it just won't come. If that sounds familiar, let me tell you, you are not alone. These little lapses can feel frustrating, even a little scary, especially after the age of 70. But here's the good news. Memory loss is not a guaranteed part of aging. In fact, there are gentle, simple steps you can take every day to keep your mind clear, sharp, and focused. And today, we're going to talk about exactly that. Not with complicated medical terms or overwhelming advice, but with small, real habits that anyone can do. So, if you're ready to protect your memory and feel more mentally alive, stay with me. Because it's never too late to care for your brain. Let's start with something as simple as what you eat. The food you choose can either nourish your brain or slowly wear it down. Many people over 70 grew up with traditional meals, and that's a beautiful thing. But as we age, our brain needs more support than it used to. Think of your brain like a garden. If you water it with clean, rich nutrients, it grows strong and vibrant. But if you feed it processed, sugary, or overly salty foods, it starts to wilt. One of the best things you can add to your daily meals is leafy green vegetables. Spinach, kale, collard greens, even fresh herbs like parsley or cilantro, are rich in vitamins that directly support memory and brain health. These greens are filled with folate, vitamin K, and antioxidants that help fight off the damage that builds up over time. Try to include a handful in at least one meal a day. It could be as easy as tossing some spinach into your soup, or adding a few lettuce leaves to your sandwich. Little by little, these changes add up. Now let's talk about movement. You don't have to run a marathon or lift heavy weights. Just moving your body every day, even gently, sends more oxygen and blood to your brain. That helps it work better and keeps memory strong. Something as simple as walking around your home, stretching your arms above your head, or slowly moving your legs while seated can make a difference. The goal isn't to tire yourself out. It's to keep your body and mind in motion. When you move, your brain releases chemicals that help protect nerve cells and create new connections. This helps you think more clearly and remember things with more ease. So each day, find a way to move, even if it's just a little. Another quiet but powerful tool for memory is sleep. After 70, many people find it harder to fall asleep or stay asleep through the night. But your brain needs rest to process memories, clear out waste, and repair itself. Think of sleep as the overnight cleaning crew for your brain. Without it, everything becomes cluttered, foggy, and hard to find. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. Avoid heavy meals or caffeine late in the day. Keep your bedroom cool and quiet. And most of all, give yourself permission to rest. Sleep is not laziness. It is essential. Your memory depends on it. There's another daily habit that's easy to forget but deeply important, and that's hydration. As we age, our sense of thirst fades. You might not feel thirsty, but your body and brain still need water. Even a little dehydration can make your thinking sluggish and your memory weak. Aim to sip water throughout the day. It doesn't have to be plain. Herbal tea, light broth, even juicy fruits like watermelon or oranges can help. Keep a glass nearby and take small sips. Your brain will thank you. Now let's touch on something even simpler but just as powerful, your breath. When we're stressed, our breathing becomes shallow and fast, and that affects the brain. But when you pause and take a deep breath, you calm your nervous system and improve focus. Try this now. Inhale slowly through your nose. Hold it gently. Then exhale through your mouth. Do this a few times a day, especially when you feel scattered or forgetful. It centers your mind and gives your brain the oxygen it needs to function better. We've talked about food, movement, sleep, water, and breath. These may sound like small things, but together, they build a strong foundation for memory. Each habit supports the others, creating a gentle rhythm in your day that helps your mind stay clear and focused. But there's more we can do. And it's not about trying harder. It's about being kinder to yourself, learning to notice what helps and what hurts, and making choices that gently guide your brain toward health and strength. So now that we've laid the foundation, let's continue and explore the deeper habits that truly protect your memory for the years to come. Now that we've started building a strong foundation with the basics like food, movement, rest, hydration, and breath, it's time to go a little deeper into the daily habits that truly protect memory and sharpen the mind. And here's something most people don't realize until it starts to slip away. Your memory isn't just about your brain. It's about your connections, your routine, your attention, and your emotional well-being. Let's begin with something powerful that most people overlook: mental stimulation. Think of your brain like a muscle. If you don't use it, it begins to weaken. Just like you wouldn't expect your arms to stay strong if you stopped lifting them, you can't expect your memory to stay sharp if you stop challenging your mind. Mental exercise is as important as physical movement, and fortunately, it doesn't have to be complicated. Something as simple as reading a chapter of a book each day, working on a crossword puzzle, trying out a new recipe, or even learning a few new words in a different language can help stimulate the brain in ways that keep it flexible and sharp. Many people think learning ends after school, but the truth is, the brain craves novelty at every age. When you give it new things to figure out, you create new connections. These connections are the very pathways that memory travels along. So, don't be afraid to challenge yourself, even with small tasks. The effort you make each day adds up. Let's move into another powerful habit that often gets overlooked: routine. Having a regular rhythm to your day helps your brain feel safe, focused, and less overwhelmed. When your day is chaotic or unpredictable, your mind has to work harder to process everything, and that leaves less energy for remembering things. But when you have small, familiar patterns, like eating meals at the same time, walking at the same hour, or doing simple tasks in a familiar order, your brain doesn't have to think so hard. It can relax and focus more on what really matters. Try setting up little routines that fit your life and bring you peace. Maybe it's listening to calming music in the morning, writing down your tasks after breakfast, or reviewing your calendar before bed. These habits reduce stress and support clear thinking. Speaking of stress, let's talk about how deeply it affects memory. Chronic stress is like a slow leak in your mental energy. Over time, it wears down the parts of your brain responsible for storing and recalling information. After 70, your brain needs more rest, not more pressure. But we live in a world full of news, noise, and endless worries. That's why finding ways to soothe your nervous system is essential. This might mean practicing gentle breathing as we mentioned before, or taking short breaks during the day to sit in silence, go outside, or simply enjoy a cup of tea without distractions. Even 5 minutes of peace can reset your brain and allow your memory to function better. Don't underestimate the power of calm. It's not weakness. It's nourishment for the brain. Now let's look at the importance of emotional connection. Memory is deeply tied to emotion. That's why we remember things that moved us, happy events, painful experiences, moments that made us laugh or cry. But as we grow older, many people feel more isolated. Friends move away, family members are busy, and life can feel quieter than before. This loneliness isn't just hard on the heart. It's hard on the brain. Studies have shown that people who stay socially connected have a slower rate of memory decline. That means picking up the phone, talking with a neighbor, joining a group at your local community center, or even chatting with a friend online is not just enjoyable, it's a real way to protect your memory. Your mind stays sharper when you have people to talk to and stories to share. Don't wait for others to reach out. You have the power to keep those connections alive. Another daily habit that quietly supports memory is writing things down. You might think that writing something down is a sign of forgetting. But actually, it's the opposite. Writing helps organize your thoughts and reinforces memory. Try keeping a small notebook where you jot down important dates, tasks, or even thoughts that come to you during the day. You can also keep a journal to record your experiences or memories from the past. The simple act of putting pen to paper activates brain circuits and helps you process and store information more effectively. It doesn't matter if your handwriting is messy or your sentences are short. What matters is that you're engaging your mind in a meaningful way. Let's take a moment to talk about one of the most underrated habits for memory: gratitude. Yes, gratitude. When you take time each day to reflect on what you're thankful for, your brain shifts from stress to calm. Gratitude reduces anxiety, helps improve sleep, and increases mental clarity. It might seem unrelated to memory, but everything in the brain is connected. A peaceful mind is better at remembering. Before bed each night, try thinking of 3 things you're grateful for. It could be as simple as the warm sun, a tasty lunch, or a kind word from someone you love. Over time, this small practice trains your brain to focus on the positive, and that boosts emotional well-being and mental function. Let's not forget about music. Music has a magical way of reaching deep into the mind. Listening to songs you love, especially those from your younger years, can activate memory pathways and stir emotions in ways few other things can. Singing along to an old favorite, tapping your foot, or even dancing slowly in your living room can awaken parts of your brain that help you feel more alive and connected. Try playing soft background music while you do chores or sit to relax. Let it become part of your daily environment. It soothes the mind and strengthens memory without any extra effort. As we continue building these habits, remember this. Protecting your memory after 70 is not about doing everything perfectly. It's about doing small things with care and intention. It's about paying attention to what nourishes your brain and letting go of habits that drain it. Every glass of water, every calm breath, every short walk, every word you write down, it all matters. There is no magic cure for memory loss, but there is a gentle path to preserving your mind. And you are walking it right now by caring enough to learn, to reflect, and to make changes. In the next part, we will keep going and explore even more ways to support a strong, vibrant memory through everyday living. Because your mind matters, your memories matter, and so do you. Now that we've explored the importance of mental stimulation, routine, stress reduction, connection, and gratitude, let's keep moving forward with more habits that may seem small on the surface but can make a powerful difference in protecting your memory. The next one might surprise you. It's movement, but not just any kind of movement. It's the kind that gently challenges your body while calming your mind at the same time. Think of practices like Tai Chi, gentle yoga, or even slow, mindful walking. These kinds of movements not only improve your balance and reduce the risk of falls, but they also increase blood flow to your brain. When your brain gets more oxygen and nutrients through better circulation, it functions better. Your memory sharpens. Your focus improves. And here's the beauty of it. You don't have to push hard. You don't need to lift heavy weights or run marathons. A slow walk in the park where you notice the trees, the air, the rhythm of your steps, that alone can do wonders. It's about moving with awareness, being present in your body, and letting that movement feed your brain. If you've never tried something like Tai Chi before, maybe this is your sign. It's often called meditation in motion, and for good reason. It trains your mind and your body at the same time. Let's talk now about one of the most fascinating discoveries in recent brain science: neuroplasticity. That's a big word, but here's what it means in simple terms. Your brain is always changing. Even after 70, even after 90, your brain can grow new connections, strengthen old ones, and adapt to new ways of thinking. Isn't that amazing? For decades, people thought the brain was fixed like cement, but we now know it's more like clay, soft, adaptable, and full of possibility. And what makes the brain change the most? Learning, trying new things, taking on small challenges. So if there's something you've always wanted to try, a hobby, an instrument, a craft, a new kind of book, there's no better time than now. Every time you stretch your mind, even a little, you are strengthening your memory. Another often forgotten but deeply powerful way to protect memory is through giving. That's right, giving. Volunteering your time, sharing your knowledge, helping a neighbor, teaching a grandchild how to bake or build or fix something. When you give, you engage multiple areas of your brain. You activate empathy, memory, language, and decision-making. And on top of that, you feel purposeful. Purpose is like fuel for the brain. It gives your days meaning and keeps you alert. Many seniors report feeling invisible or unneeded, especially after retirement. But the truth is, your wisdom is priceless. Your experience matters. Sharing it doesn't just help others, it helps you remember more, feel more, live more. Let's touch now on nutrition one more time, because this really can't be overstated. We talked about hydration and basic brain-friendly foods, but let's go a little deeper. Certain nutrients are especially important for brain function. For example, omega-3 fatty acids, found in fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel, help build and protect brain cells. Vitamin B12, which is harder to absorb as we age, supports nerve health and memory. Foods rich in antioxidants, like berries, dark chocolate, and green leafy vegetables, help fight the inflammation that can damage brain tissue. If you're not sure whether you're getting enough of these nutrients, it might be worth asking your doctor about supplements or dietary adjustments. Remember, every bite you take is either feeding your brain or wearing it down. Make each one count. One more area that deserves attention is sleep. Yes, we mentioned it earlier, but it's important enough to revisit. Sleep is when your brain clears out waste, organizes thoughts, and stores memories. If your sleep is shallow, interrupted, or too short, your brain simply cannot function at full capacity the next day. And memory is one of the first things to suffer. If you're waking up tired, forgetting names, feeling foggy, it might not be age. It might just be poor sleep. Creating a gentle bedtime routine, cutting back on caffeine late in the day, keeping your bedroom cool and dark, and limiting screen time in the evening are all simple ways to support deeper rest. Try keeping a sleep journal to track your habits and see what works best for you. The results may surprise you. Now, let's talk about technology. Yes, it can feel overwhelming at times. But when used wisely, it can actually support your memory in meaningful ways. For instance, setting reminders on your phone, using apps to track medication or appointments, or even video calling loved ones regularly can help you stay engaged and organized. Don't be afraid to explore what technology has to offer. You don't have to become a tech expert. Just find one or two tools that support your life and make things easier. There are also brain training apps specifically designed to challenge your memory in fun and interactive ways. Think of it as your daily mental gym. Just a few minutes a day can help keep your brain agile. Let's also recognize the role of nature. Spending time outdoors isn't just about fresh air. It reduces stress hormones, improves mood, and boosts mental clarity. There's something about the rhythm of nature, the rustling leaves, birdsong, sunlight through the trees, that calms the nervous system and clears the mind. Try to spend even 10 minutes a day outside, if possible. If you have a garden, tend to it. If you have a porch, sit out on it. If you live near a park, take a gentle stroll. Nature doesn't demand anything from you. It just offers peace. And peace is exactly what the brain needs to remember clearly. And finally, let's talk about self-compassion. This may be the most important habit of all. Be kind to yourself. Everyone forgets things sometimes. Everyone has moments of confusion. Don't beat yourself up when it happens. Instead, gently remind yourself that you're human, that your brain is doing its best, that you're taking steps to support it every day. When you respond to forgetfulness with kindness instead of frustration, you give your brain space to breathe, to recover, to try again. Shame shuts down memory, but compassion opens the door for healing. You are not your forgetfulness. You are not your struggles. You are a person with value, wisdom, and the ability to grow. So what have we learned on this journey together? We've learned that memory after 70 isn't about luck. It's about lifestyle. It's not about magic pills or expensive programs. It's about simple, daily habits that nourish the brain and spirit. From food to movement, from sleep to connection, from learning to loving, every choice you make is either strengthening or weakening your memory. And the good news is, you have more power than you think. So take a breath. Smile. You're doing something beautiful just by being here, by listening, by caring. If even one of these habits speaks to you, start with it today. Write it down. Share it with someone. Let it become part of your rhythm. And little by little, you'll feel the difference. Not just in your memory, but in your confidence, your joy, your sense of being alive. If this video spoke to your heart, If it gave you something to think about or something to try, we would love to hear from you. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know which habit you're going to start with. And if you found this helpful, please give it a like and consider subscribing to our channel. We're here to walk with you through this beautiful season of life, offering simple wisdom and gentle encouragement every step of the way. Here's to your memory, your mind, and your moments. They are still yours to shape, to hold, and to treasure. And no matter your age, it's never too late to begin again. As we come to the final part of our journey together, I'd like to invite you to take a quiet breath. Not just any breath, but one where you close your eyes, feel the air gently enter your nose, and let it settle in your chest. Hold it for a moment, then slowly release. That simple act, that moment of pause, is where memory begins. Not in rush, not in pressure, but in presence. We've talked about so many beautiful, practical things in the past few moments. But now, it's time to gather those thoughts, wrap them gently, and place them somewhere safe in your heart. You see, memory is not just a function of the brain. It's a mirror of your life. It's shaped by the choices you make each day. It's nurtured by the way you treat yourself. It's preserved not by force, but by love. And that love starts with giving yourself permission to live gently. Many people over 70 feel a quiet fear that their memory might slip away, that their mind might not be what it used to be. But I want you to hear this clearly: you are not fading. You are transforming. You are still capable of learning, remembering, loving, and growing. It just requires a different kind of care now. A slower pace. A wiser rhythm. Let's revisit what we've learned in these 4 parts. First, we spoke about the foods that nourish your brain. The power of hydration. The role of healthy fats, berries, greens, and B12. Every bite you take can either fog your thinking or sharpen your clarity. Choosing whole, nutrient-rich foods may not sound revolutionary, but it is. Your brain responds to nutrition like a flower responds to sunlight. It awakens. It blooms. And the more consistently you feed it well, the longer it stays bright. Then we turned our attention to movement. But not frantic or forced movement. Gentle, thoughtful movement. Walking with awareness. Practicing balance. Engaging the body to wake up the mind. The brain loves motion because motion increases circulation. And where there is blood flow, there is oxygen. Where there is oxygen, there is life. Even just 10 to 15 minutes a day can make a world of difference. If you can walk, walk. If you can stretch, stretch. If you can dance, dance. Do what you can, where you are, with what you have. And always with joy, not judgment. Next, we embrace the importance of connection. The human heart was never meant to beat alone. Loneliness shrinks the brain. But laughter, conversation, affection, they light it up. Reaching out to others doesn't just make your day better. It makes your memory stronger. Whether it's a phone call to a grandchild, tea with an old friend, or even chatting with your neighbor while watering the plants, every shared moment protects your mind from isolation. And in that connection, you rediscover parts of yourself. Your stories. Your identity. Your why. Then we looked at sleep. Often overlooked, but deeply sacred. While you rest, your brain organizes what you learned, heals what was frayed, and locks in what matters. Skipping sleep is like skipping a meal for your mind. And when sleep becomes intentional, when your evenings are calm, your room is quiet, and your routine is gentle, your dreams become more peaceful and your memories more complete. We also explored the incredible power of learning. Neuroplasticity is real. Your brain can grow. Yes, even now. And especially now. The more you give it to do, the more it rises to the occasion. Crossword puzzles, books, new languages, creative hobbies. Each new pathway you create is like building a bridge to clearer thinking. Don't let anyone tell you it's too late. That's simply not true. Curiosity is the antidote to decline. So let yourself explore. One of the most moving discoveries we made together was about gratitude. The daily habit of giving thanks reshapes your brain. It shifts you from fear to peace, from confusion to clarity. When you start your day by noticing what's good, what's steady, what's kind, you activate parts of the brain associated with memory, resilience, and happiness. Keep a journal. Say it out loud. Whisper it to the morning light. Gratitude is the thread that weaves memories into meaning. And finally, we spoke about purpose. Why you wake up in the morning. What gets you moving? What gives your life shape and sweetness? Purpose doesn't have to be grand. It could be tending your garden, reading to your great-grandchild, helping your community, cooking with love, writing down your life stories. Your brain needs a reason to stay engaged. Give it 1, or 2, or 10. You still have so much to offer this world. Now let's talk heart to heart about fear. Many people over 70 carry a quiet fear of losing their memory, of forgetting the faces they love, the stories that shaped them, the names that once rolled easily off the tongue. That fear is valid, but it does not have to control you. You are not powerless. You are not broken. You are on a journey of adaptation. And your memory is not defined by perfection. It is defined by attention. The more you pay attention to your life, the more of it you will remember. So slow down. Look around. Be where you are. Let the moment root itself in your mind. There's also something very important we haven't touched deeply yet: spiritual nourishment. For many, this is the season to reconnect with what's eternal. Whether through prayer, meditation, sacred reading, or quiet reflection, nourishing your soul also nourishes your brain. Peace of mind leads to peace of memory. When your heart is still, your thoughts become clearer. If you have a spiritual tradition, let it carry you. If you're seeking, let the seeking itself be your strength. Memory thrives where the soul is at peace. Before we close, let's remember that memory is not just stored in the brain. It lives in your body. Your hands remember how to knead dough. Your feet remember how to find balance. Your voice remembers songs from decades ago. Your eyes remember the shape of a loved one's face. Even when the mind forgets, the body remembers. So trust your whole being, not just your mind. You are wiser than you think. And even if one day your memory does begin to soften, please know this: you are still you. You are still love. You are still worthy of dignity, kindness, and respect. You are not less because you forget. You are not lost. You are simply walking a path that many have walked before you. And you are not alone. If you've stayed with us through this journey, thank you. It means you care about your mind, about your life, about your story. And that alone is a powerful act of hope. Take these habits. Start slowly. Be gentle with yourself. Let this not be a list of chores, but a guide for living. A reminder that you have the power to protect your memory with every breath, every bite, every step, every smile. And if this video touched your heart in any way, if it brought you comfort, encouragement, or clarity, we would love for you to share it. With a friend. With your family. With your doctor. Let's make memory care something that brings people together, not something to fear. Subscribe if you'd like more warm, thoughtful guidance for this season of life. And remember, no matter your age, your memory is still yours to shape. With love. With presence. With purpose. Thank you for being here. We'll see you in the next video.